Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. I'll pull down your underwear. Thank you. Let's see what we got in the hall today. And yes, I did just randomly come up with that bit on the fly because I was like, oh hey, I got a white t-shirt. Oh hey, I got that barrel mask. But today on the docket, this is Royce Miller coming back at you with yet another Let's Try. And today on the docket we have Ghirardelli chocolate squares, pumpkin spice caramel milk chocolate. Yes, we have pumpkin spice chocolate. The most disgusting combination I think I've ever heard. Which, okay, is it actually that disgusting sounding? Well, maybe not. Like, because cinnamon and chocolate, I think they have been used together before. Like, there's this thing, I forget what it's like. I think there's like, I think Mexican hot chocolate has it in there. Or Aztec hot chocolate, where it's the more of a spicy chocolate drink. But let's try them out. For those that don't know, Ghirardelli is, well, I mean, I'm guessing it's an Italian brand, given the name, but you know what they say about out assuming. It makes an S out of you and me. Heavy, like, well, at first it was heavy, but now it's kind of light pumpkin spice smell next to some milk chocolate smell. It's there, heavy on the cinnamon. Is it bad? No. Is it good? Yes. But it is weird. Also, I was an idiot. I said I had hurt my right leg when I had clearly was showing that it was my left leg that had been injured. That's how tired I was. Hold on, I'm coming. Just a second. Ooh. I'm back. Anyway, as I was saying, it tastes good, but it also tastes weird because, like, chocolate and cinnamon isn't really a combination you run into in this country a lot. I think the closest to it that I can think of is the pumpkin spice latte, which, you know, is a classic, like, Starbucks item. Apparently, like most pumpkin spice things, it used to not have pumpkin in it, but they actually had to start putting pumpkin in it just because people were getting mad that there was no pumpkin in it. So there's just like a minute amount of pumpkin in your pumpkin spice latte if it's from Starbucks. Which sounds gross, but apparently it does add kind of a velvetyness. Because, you know, it's a creamed fruit, basically. Both creamed in the sense that it's served with milk, but also creamed in the sense that it's minced with sugar. Like cream corn. I was describing cream corn to a friend once, and he was like, oh, I can't have it, I'm lactose intolerant. And it's like, cream corn does not have milk in it. Although I think you could add it. That sounds pretty decent, actually. But no, cream corn is just corn mixed with sugar. It's floating in this syrupy, viscous goo, and it's really good. Excuse me. My mom makes a delicious cornbread casserole using creamed corn and cornbread mix. You know, classic Midwestern mom. Easy bake recipe. I'm just gonna. There we go. Ah, piss, I got soda on my shirt. Ah, no, bad. Excuse me. Anyway, let's get back to the thing we're actually reviewing here. I was thirsty, and while I would prefer water right now, kind of got to make do with soda until I can get my hands on a gallon to fill, or a bottle to fill. Why did I crush it? I could have used that at the tap. Whatever. Alrighty. Let's get back to this. Now, as I said, there are three primary tastes here: chocolate, caramel, caramel or caramel, whichever you prefer, and cinnamon. Natural pumpkin flavor. Wait, so this has pumpkin in it. Let me see. Sugar, corn syrup, whole milk powder, cocoa butter, sweetened condensed milk, unsweetened chocolate, plain oil, palm oil, not plain oil, condensed milk, butter, natural flavor, sodium citrate, soy lecithin, extracts of oregano, flaxseed, plum, and green tea to preserve freshness. Salt, vanilla extract may contain tree nuts. Oh, so I'm guessing that's in the natural flavors then, if it does have natural pumpkin flavor. Because, like, here's the thing. Pumpkin pie is kind of a unique item. Like, pumpkins are a New World gourd. Did gourds even exist in Europe? I think the zucchini did, but I'm not sure. Anyway, in fact, that's kind of where jack-o'-lanterns came from. So, you've all heard this before, but in case you haven't, here's the story behind jack-o'-lanterns. Back in medieval times, or maybe even before that, ancient Celts would carve skulls into turnips to ward away evil spirits. And turnips vary wildly in size. Like, you know, you have some that are this size and would make a pretty decent shrunken head, and some that are like this big that would make a decent actual human skull. And there's like various little stories attached to that. Like, there's a story of Stingy Jack who tricked the devil 3 times until he finally tricked the devil into saying that he couldn't go to hell. So that when Jack died, he tried to go to heaven, but he was still a piece of shit, so he couldn't get into heaven. Then when he decided to just say F it and go to hell, the devil was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man, my hands are tied. You made me sign that contract." Even when you trick the devil, he still gets his due. And when Jack was just threw his hands up and was like, "Well, what the hell am I supposed to do then?" The devil just tossed a lit coal from the fires of hell at him in a mocking way, and Jack put that lit coal into a turnip to guide himself through the mortal plane forever. So that's how Stingy Jack became Jack with the Lantern. or jack-o'-lantern. Anyway, when an influx of Irish immigrants came to the U.S. in the in the mid 1800s during the potato famine, they brought with them the traditions of Soling and Samhain, All Hallows Eve, Halloween. And they found these festive colored gourds that were much easier to carve than rock hard turnips. And so that's how you go from little or little turnip heads to big old jack-o'-lantern heads. Big old pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns. And anyway, and so that's sort of why pumpkins are associated with Halloween. As to why pumpkin spice is considered pumpkin spice. Well, that spice mix is actually used in a lot of stuff. I believe apple pie uses it too. I don't remember what calls it apple pie spice. They're just the flavors of the season, Clove, cinnamon, nutmeg. These are classic spices that have been in cooking for millennia. But they're most associated with fall time. And I think partially because we were having so many pumpkins growing for jack-o'-lanterns and stuff, pumpkin also started becoming associated with fall treats. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin bread. And that's pretty cool, really. And there are variants of pumpkin pie. There's a carrot pie that's literally the exact same, but with carrots instead of pumpkin. And sweet potato pie, again, exact same thing, but with sweet potatoes instead of pumpkin. Pumpkin just became so ubiquitous with the fall season because it was your choices were rock hard root vegetable or festive fruit. Festively colored orange fruit. And people chose the festively colored orange fruit. It was easier to carve. You could dig the seeds out, roast those off to make little treats for yourself. And you could use the flesh of the pumpkins you didn't carve into jack-o'-lanterns to make some delicious treats as well. Anyway, these are delicious, but they're also incredibly rich. I think I'm going to stick to just two for now. Y'all have a good one. This is Royce Miller. I'm outie.